Okay guys, this is Dale 1, and this is my GSG 1911-22. I figured somebody would want to see a review on it. I didn't do a review on this gun. As soon as I got it, I wanted to test it out some beforehand. Go ahead and do this, safety check, no bullets, no thing, and the gun is clear. Alright. First off, when you get it, it comes in this little cheap plastic case that flexes, but if you're like me, you don't have a gun case, this is perfect just to keep it in. It has a little logo on the front. You open it up, and this is what you'll see. The gun will be wrapped in plastic. All the paperwork is behind here. Pulls back. Now, this is what you'll get. Ignore that. That's just the receipt. You get the owner's manual. It's pretty detailed, but the pictures aren't very big though, so you just need to pay attention. Also, you get a total of 3 front sights. A short, a medium, and a tall sight. It comes with the medium already installed, and I found after trying both of the other sights included that the medium size is the best for me. Your gun and your situation might indicate that you need to use one of the other ones. It also comes with this little cleaning kit, a little brush, a little 1/2-inch wrench, and it comes with 3 Allens total. And this tiniest one's for the sights. The largest one is for an Allen on here, and the other one is for the back sight on the back, because you can take it off. Alright, let's get to the gun. It'll have GSG on the slide, GSG 1911, and on the right hand side it says ATI Rochester, New York, the importers. You have all thing that's different between this and a standard 1911 that I'm aware of, because this is my first, and if anybody else who knows more about them, you can chip in on this, is there's an Allen key right here, a screw that has to be taken out to disassemble the gun completely. That's the only difference. It comes with a skeletalized hammer and trigger. The trigger is adjustable. Has a small screw in here for, I believe, adjust backstop. I have not messed with it from the factory because I like the way it shoots now. Has the safety on the back, so you have to grip the gun. Has the ambidextrous safety on both sides. It comes with, I don't know if you can see this, I can't see my camera where I have it positioned. These are fake night glow sights, but they work very well from the shooting I've done. It comes with nice checkered wood grips. The gun will not fire without the clip installed. Like so. Only problem so far, I have over 1,500 rounds to this gun, and only real wear you can tell is right here on the slide. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but the breakdown is just like in 1911. The only difference is this little screw right there. You have to take it out, but pop this open like so, and there's a little indentation on here on the side. There's 2. One's the actual stop for the slide, and this is a smaller one. You line them up, and that just pops out. There's a pin that also has to come out. This slide stop holds it in, but once you do that, you still have to take out that smaller screw. The barrel is fixed into the frame unless you take that screw out. Trust me, I was sitting there cussing for a few minutes when I first got it because I couldn't figure out how to get it off. I know they say guys don't read owner's manuals, but you might want to if you don't know how, like I did. Alrighty. I've shot this gun 1,500 rounds. I've tried probably close to 10 or more different types of ammo. The only kinds I have left at the moment are these. First is the Remington 22 Thunderbolt. Now these are older. I've had these probably 5 or 6 years. They work very well, actually. So I've heard people tell me, oh, well, every other shot or so they don't work. I've never had a problem out of these. I have several thousand rounds of them. They work great. They're pretty decent accuracy. I've only had this gun of all the ammo, 1,500 rounds I've fired through it. I've had 3 failure to fire and 3 failure to eject, and every single one of them came from this Winchester Expert 22. This gun hates it. After I've shot, it was over 1,200 rounds through it, and then I tried these, and this on the first magazine, I had all 6 of those failures, and I just stopped using it, period. Next would be the CCI, I think I'm going to pronounce this right, Velocitorio, something like that, a little raptor on the front. These are rated at a little over 1,400 feet per second. These shoot great. This gun loves them. And one thing I like about them is they are hollow point. They put almost a perfect hole through the paper. There's no little leading edges, like a little star pattern after the bullet leaves. They just punch a perfect hole through the paper. And they shoot great. They are a little bit expensive. They're $5 for 50, but they work and they're very nice. Next would be these. These are Federal Lightnings. I found these at Walmart. The only place I've ever found them. They are $1.47 for 50, which is cheap. They're only rated at 1,200, a little over 1,200 feet per second, but these also shoot very good out of this gun. This gun is in the manual. It says use only hypervelocity ammo only, 1,200 feet per second or more. Most of the 1,200 feet per second ammo at the last round, the slide will not stay open. And some people told me it's the magazine, but in my opinion, the slide just is not going all the way back, so the magazine cannot keep it open. That's my opinion. I have not had that problem with any of the hyper velocities. I'm talking 1,300 feet per second or more. I've never had that problem with these either. I don't know exactly why, but I haven't. And the last one I have with me is the Remington 22 Vipers. Now, the gun shoots these just fine, but because of the cone shaped on there, these are a cone shape instead of being a round nose, and they have a very definitive flat nose on them. What happens is when in this gun, these will come up, and then when the slide grabs it, they actually end up, what happens is that little rough flat edge actually gets caught right like that on the feeding ramp, between the feeding ramp and the barrel, and it won't load. And it happens normally once or twice out of every magazine load. When they do fire, they shoot very well, and they do a nice clean hole, but they just don't load very reliably. So, and these aren't that cheap. They're $7 at my local store for 100. But if you're going to use a rifle or something, these will probably work great. And I'm not the best shooter in the world, far from it actually. But I've kept most of my targets. Every one of these is a 2-inch circle or square at 7 to 10 yards, and different types of ammo. This one right here, if you can see this, is 50 rounds of the Remington Thunderbolt. Pretty decently, at least for me. This is the American Eagle, a different type of brand I tried. Alert rated at a little over 1,200 feet per second, 7 yards, and as you can tell, they group pretty decently. Except for, me. I can't. It's not the gun. It's definitely me. Somebody out there could probably shoot a lot better than I can. These are the Blazer Blast CCI. These also shoot very well at the gun, but they're very dirty, like most of the Blazer stuff I've tried. But they shoot pretty good, as you can tell. This is the Federal Lightning 22, and they shoot pretty well as well. These is probably some of the best I've gotten target wise. This is the CCI Velocitorial. These, and as you can tell, this is at 7 yards, and as you can tell, they group very nicely, at least for me, except for this one little thing. And every single one of these is 10 rounds shot. I don't do 3 or 4 rounds to do a grouping. I do all 10 shots as a group. And as you can, in my opinion, they shoot very well. This was a mix. These are Remington's hypervelocity is like 1,300 rounds, and then this was a Remington Thunderbolt. But as you can tell, they shoot very good. This was the all Remington Thunderbolt. They also shoot very well when you got a good shooter behind you. The gun, unlike me. Another Remington Thunderbolt. I'm not trying to keep this overly long. I apologize if it's going too long. I can't see the camera, so I don't know how long it's been. But over and all, this is my second pistol I've ever owned. The first one I owned was a Ruger P95 and 9mm. A good shooting gun, but compared to this, hands down, I like this one 1,000 times better. Simply because it's a 1911. It's a full-size scale 1911. It balances perfectly in my hand. It shoots great. It's incredibly cheap to shoot. And unlike most of the other 22s I've handled, the magazine is actually aluminum. This is a pretty heavy little magazine. It holds 10 rounds. You get the little thing on the side with your finger. I've had no problems with it. It's easy to take apart and clean. I have not taken this gun completely apart yet to clean it, and because I've just never done it before. I will soon. But the magazine drops freely every time because of the weight. No problem whatsoever. So, in my opinion, this is if you need a 22 to shoot, and you want it, especially if you want it in a 1911 format. As far as I'm aware of, there's only 2 of these available. The GSG, and there's another one I can't pronounce right, begins with a C. I've heard a lot of bad things about the one begins with a C. The trigger pull was awful, I've been told. It was like 10 pounds. The finish is bad. They're cheaper than the GSG. I'm not gonna. I paid $350 for this gun out the door. And that's probably some people out there can say, "Oh, you got ripped off." But from what I can tell, just shooting it's a great gun. I've had no problems with it at all whatsoever, except for out of that cheap Winchester crap. I have not tried a few other bulk ammo packs like Federal Auto Match and a few others, simply because right at the moment I don't have the funds available to go out and spend $20, $30 on some more ammo just to try it. It's because I have plenty to shoot. But sorry about the video being too long, but I hope this video helped some of you or some of the questions you had about it. But I figured that I found this a personal review on YouTube, so I figured I'd go ahead and post mine. Alright guys.